We got George over here. What's going on, George?
Hey, folks, MobileGeezer here.
And we got Mike from Simply Your Device. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Thank God it's Friday. Let me tell you that right now. I got my. Let me just. What beverage of choice we got tonight? I got this beer. I got this Great Lakes Brewing tonight. I'm trying something out different tonight. So I gave coffee up,
and then I'm switching to tea.
Okay.
Mike is getting it in before January, George. I got water.
Yeah.
I got water.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Mike's getting it in before January. What's going on, Munchie? Munchie's in the chat.
Yeah,
Let's see. We got Munchie in the chat. We got Nigel in the chat.
Right
What's
here,
going
Munchie.
on, Nigel?
Pretty good.
Gary Brown's in the chat. Emily. Mike, do you see Emily? She's in the chat.
Emily's
Emily?
Yep.
Thanks for coming through. We got Mom. Mom is in the chat. And I know Six is in here.
Alan just came in.
Yep, Alan. What's going on, Alan? iPhone day. Chaos, right? It was actually easy. I ordered one for my wife. It was easy. I did the thing through the Apple app where you basically did everything before, and then 8 o'clock, I just had to tap the button and hit buy or whatever and confirm, and that was it.
So because he's using an Android phone, somebody in the family has to be on Apple Juice. I get it.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. So
wait a minute, Will, at least they took your money, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, Apple don't play that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Apple, I think if something happens with your payment, I think they give you like a week, but they contact you. You know what I mean? I know in the email it said something like that. Like if there's a problem, they contact you. Samsung said the same thing, but they just cancel your.
Yeah,
they just cancel my order.
Yeah.
Gary wants to know what color you got, Will.
I got her the gold. Everybody's crazy about that green. I don't think she would have liked that one. She didn't even know I was getting it. I just got it because she had seen it last night. Actually, she was like, "What's the difference?" And I was like, "It's bigger." And she was like, "Oh, bigger screen." So I was like, "Yeah," because she had the 10. So,
but she don't care about the camera, right? Well, the camera's not a big deal, right?
She's not doing none of that. But the battery.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm being a little
better.
Yeah, but I mean, she's not like right.
All them features and all that. No, all that.
She just heard it was a bigger screen.
She's not using Filmic Pro.
Right.
And last year I didn't get her the XS because her phone was still, like now at least the battery's down a little bit. It's probably at like 82. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'll trade it in. She had it for 2 years. But you know what, Mike? I think I told you. Her screen. She has like a small scrape on her screen. So since I'm trading it in and Apple's giving me money for it, I got to take it to go and get the screen fixed. I'm gonna have to break it and then go get the screen fixed for $29 because she got Apple Care. So I get the full credit. Setting up that appointment was so easy. You have no idea. I hit the thing, went to the Apple site, went on there, went to schedule a repair, and now Best Buy has the repair thing. It finds your location, and then it was like, you want to go to Best Buy or Apple Store or whatever. You hit the thing and pick your time, and then it tells you add it to the calendar. It was so easy.
Wow.
Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I'll take it and go get the screen fixed after I break it.
6 o'clock in the morning?
No, afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Evening. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean the setup, even the scheduling for getting the phone. Like once you went on there to pre-order, you hit the button and it said, it was like put this on your calendar. Then it said, do you want to make a Siri shortcut? Like so, Siri. I guess you could say something to Siri and it would open up the store app. It was really easy.
So that was real serious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Let me see. Here goes Nigel. Let me get on StreamYard so I can laugh. Hold on. There we go. What's this say, Mike?
Bad news, Apple copying the Huawei Mate 20 Pro.
That's for Nigel.
Yeah.
That's why I got to laugh. But yeah, Nigel, everybody copies everybody.
Especially, I will say, you got to look at when the iPhone 10 came out, all of a sudden you saw all those Chinese phones coming out with the camera module, the same way. So
yeah, they all copy. But I mean, obviously that camera design has to have something to it that's making that camera work better some kind of way.
Yeah,
so everybody's running with it.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to stick with, you know what I mean? Keep doing it one way if there's a benefit to doing it the other way.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm sure. Let me see. Anybody in the chat order the iPhone? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like nobody else ordered it. But I think my wife will get a decent benefit from it if the batteries.
I'd be surprised if Alan didn't get one.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I don't know though. If the battery is any better, even if the battery is a couple hours better, the screen will be bigger. We'll see. And it comes with a fast charger. Even though I had a couple of them already, but whatever.
I just want to share my week. My week was not too tech filled. The only thing was I bought 2 tires and paid for 4. No, I've got it backwards. I wanted 2 and then I got 4 tires.
You got 4 tires and paid for 2.
2, yes. I went to Pep Boys and they proceeded to put the tires on the wrong. I said for the front, they put them in the back.
You know why?
Why?
You made them tired.
Come on. Good one, George. Good one. Yeah. So it was a car-filled week. I had work done in the car. I had work done on the wife's car. But the only tech interesting thing is, I promise I wanted to chime in real quick. I told Emily to stop in. Emily, her Moto G5 Plus, I think it might be done. I don't know. I think she has either a bug in it or a combination of that, or she's got the memory so filled up in it, it's getting really laggy and slow for her.
Did she get that from you?
Yes, she got that from. Yeah, she's had it for about 2 years, and she used it. Let me tell you, I should have brought the case. Hey, darn it! I'll take a picture and post it on the social. This is the girl who managed to break a Poetic case. Here's a Poetic case. This is the same kind of case.
Right.
She has a crack down the side. I've never seen anybody. What she did was she found a lucky penny, and then at the same time when she found her lucky penny, she found $20. So she stuck the penny in here.
Uh-oh.
Right. Right. And then I guess through the time, I can't believe there's almost a straight crack down the side. I never seen on one of these cases, Poetic cases, getting destroyed. Yeah, lucky penny. So for right now, I moved Emily over. I hadn't gotten a Moto Z2 Force. I was playing around with.
Wait, I got one thing I got to say to Emily. Emily, you cracked me up.
Woo!
Mike,
yeah.
Speaking of cases, have you seen Armadillo Tech on Twitter?
Oh, that guy's crazy. I love that guy.
He's got some crazy videos where he's just throwing the phone all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I wish he made more cases. I really do. I wish he made more.
Yeah, that's the case maker, right?
Yeah.
Carl. Yeah, I think he makes them for phones. I remember hearing him say, I think he was on the T100 stream, and he was saying if he likes the phone, he'll make a case for it. Because I think somebody asked him, did you make a case for the Pixel? And I think he said no. Okay. I think.
Yeah, I know he did the Note 9. He started. That's when he came into the business, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And then he did the 10. I think he did some S ones, the Samsung S. And I know he did some iPhones.
He did the Note. He did the Note. He has a case for the Note. I believe. I'm pretty sure he has one for the Note.
The Note 10. So.
Yeah. George, how was your week?
My week has been fine, just busy. I only get to drive a lot on Wednesdays now. On Mondays and Fridays, I work at the airport all day. So the place where we clean the cars is about 3 blocks away from the airport. So all day long, the airport all day. So bring cars back. The place where we clean the cars is about. That's not.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Anyway, I had a hot week because we were up today. We were up to 99. So I'm getting in and out of hot cars about 25, 30 times a day.
George, that cold front hasn't gotten down to you yet?
Nope. No, we hit 99 today. I think that's the highest we hit this week.
Wow.
So I think that broke the record here in Chattanooga.
I saw Six Louise comment. He says,
what is he asking, Will?
He's saying, does the fast charger, because I don't know if y'all seen, everybody says that charging your battery that fast kills the battery. And I was telling him, I think it does kill your battery because since I started using a fast charger, I noticed my battery health went down quicker than I think the normal. But I know Apple on the latest, I think the latest beta, they added something in there that says, let me see, it says something about like the way that it charges. It's supposed to charge like some kind of a way to preserve the battery. Let me find it. But who knows if it's true or not. I think it's kind of like the way Android, you know how if you fast charge, once it gets like near the top, it kind of trickle charges to get, like it doesn't fast charge from 0 to 100. It charges fast to like 50 and then it slows down a little bit.
They all do that.
Yeah, and the same, well, I think that's, you know, Apple's kind of marketing it to make it sound like they did something amazing. And then the, they did the, something else. They added something just like on the Pixel, I think it is, where the phone, when you plug it in, I don't know if y'all noticed Android, I think it's Android 10. It'll tell you something like the phone is gonna learn when you you usually charge your phone, and it'll change the rate based on what time you plug it in. I guess that's what it's saying it's doing.
Anchor, I know Anchor has what they call IQ charging. And they have a way of monitoring how much, you know, like you said, put it charging it real fast and then slow it or back it down.
Yeah. So, let me see. 6, they got it in here. It's called optimized battery charging, and you can turn it on or off. It says to reduce battery aging, iPhone learns from your daily charging routine so that it can wait to finish charging past 80% until you need to use it. So it's kind of, I think the Pixel has that too, where it's basically the same thing. Like it tries to wait to fully charge because I think that's what kills your battery or something. I don't know, but who knows? I think the fast charger does kill your battery. That'll be the next. Don't worry, that'll be the next gate or whatever. In like 3 months, and everybody's like, my battery health says 90%. Then we'll see if they're still happy they got the fast charger.
Yeah,
but you know.
So see, some of my puns I just put in the comments. I don't have to say them.
I see it. You have a real case for the new. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess let's see. We can go in any order y'all want. We don't have that many stories. Most of it Apple and Google.
Can I just share? Can I share a real quick story? And another reason
go ahead.
When I got done from work, and let me see. Are there cases for this phone? Emily's asking real quick about the cases for that phone.
What phone?
Which phone?
The Moto Z2 Force. There are cases.
Yes, there are cases.
Oh, I thought she meant this armadillo technique.
No, yeah. But the thing is, then she would have to take the back off. Like I gave her.
That's what I always had to do with my Moto. Plate.
Yeah. And Emily, I'm working on getting you. I think I want to get you some of their shells. Emily, I'll send you some pictures of the style shells that I'm going to get for you. But yeah, there's cases too. So.
Jason Gill said he wants to see the battery health after using the 45-watt charger. I guess that's for the Note.
Yeah.
They don't display it like that, right? I don't think they like Apple. They could be lying, but they have like that meter where it'll tell you. Let me see. It shows you like an actual number, like your maximum battery capacity. Like mine is 90%.
Yeah.
I don't think Samsung shows it like that. I mean, Apple probably shouldn't either.
Emily, I'm looking on Amazon. There are a ton of cases for the Moto Z2 Force.
She said it's like Christmas.
So I'm waiting for word. I told Emily, so I believe she likes it. She hasn't come back to me and said, Uncle Mike, I'm not fond of this phone. So far so good. So especially she doubled her memory. She went from 32 to 64 gigs. And so far so good. I wanted to share also another thing that happened. I got a phone call from one of my wife's friends. I've been talking back and forth to her on Facebook. She just told me that she wants to get out of her present carrier and she has no idea what to do. She wanted some advice. She just informed me that she's been on Sprint's lease plan. She has an S7 or S7 Edge. Mm-hmm. So what is that? 2-year lease, right?
That's more like 3 years.
That's 3 years. S7?
Yeah. Well, apparently they are still paying for the lease to this day.
You're kidding.
They're still hitting her for a $15 charge for leasing the phone.
Mike, I told you, Mike, a couple, like maybe a year ago, they did the same thing to my coworker. She had iPhones, and she was like, she tried to go there and cancel, and they were like, "You're still leasing your phone," and she was like, "I've had this phone forever." Yep. I said, "Yeah, Sprint. That's how I think that's their kind of way to lock you in." And she was like, they told her she would have to stay for like 6 more months before she could, leave.
I like buying my phones outright.
Yeah, well, that's what and to have this conversation with her was so. Again, I just love it because when you tell them that you can buy another phone and go to another carrier, I explained to her about prepaid and all. It just like you just heard the little explosion in her head, like, oh, what the people are so used to that. I said to her, I said, her name is Nicole. I said, Nicole, you are just used to just going to the carrier. She goes, yeah. It seemed a little high. She's in a predicament that she's only has one line. Her husband has a work phone that's being paid for, so they only really need one line. And Will, you and I have talked about it. Seems like going with one line is really expensive. So
yeah, it's I think T-Mobile is $70 if you do like auto pay. Yeah, one line.
She was looking to cut her bill significantly. So I suggested prepaid. I also suggested to look at the Pixel phones because she's going to need another phone no matter what, because whatever carrier she might go to with her present phone is not going to work anyway. But I said that the whole point of going to prepaid is you can try a service. You don't like it, you can go somewhere else. And that whole concept, it was just so refreshing and so neat to hear her go, oh, you could do that, you know what I mean? So I wanted to share that with you. I couldn't get over that all this time, and it's just one of those things we all seem to have done sometimes. Like, oh, I'll get to it later. She saw it on her bill. I'll get to her on it later. Well, when she got to it, she was like, "Are you kidding me?" So yeah. I saw Six's question, and that's a very good question. What do you guys think?
I gave it an answer right there.
I think if you use iCloud, like if you get like the minutes of the dollar, I think for 50 gigs or something, and then maybe if you use Google Photos, maybe you can make it. I mean, most people probably don't put that much apps on their phone. I think a lot of it is video. But then again, I don't know now because the iPhone you can download from the browser, so maybe people will start, having more.
Well, my Project 13 did a good live stream yesterday talking about it, and he said he's probably going to pick up the iPhone 11, and at some point in a few months, I probably will too. But he said specifically the reason he wouldn't get the others because he's not paying that kind of money for 64 gigs, and I could see that.
Look at Munchie. Munchie said 64 gigs on a Pro model. Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That was funny.
And this is what Anthony in my Project 13 said. He said he wasn't paying that kind of money for 64 gig. For the 11, he said he could see it, but not for the Pro and Pro. Was it Pro Plus? No,
Pro Max. They should have started at. They should have did 128 minimum.
He said that was his whole point. They should have started at 128 because then it would seem reasonable for the money.
Well, it goes back now.
Even if they just did the regular 11 at 64 and 250 or 64 and 128, and then the Pro or whatever
starting at 128. I agree 100%.
But you know what? They held on to 16 gigs for way too long.
Yes, they did. They held on to it for years.
Yeah.
They held on that way too long.
But look, and also a great comparison is look at the OnePlus phone. A lot cheaper, a lot more storage, a lot more better phone for the price. The price alone just dictates it. And you we all can agree. I don't have the phone, but seeing all about it, I couldn't recommend the Pro model. I couldn't recommend some of the iPhones as it is. I would recommend try Android.
I would recommend the iPhone 11, but that's
the 11. The 11. The Pro
because is me, having a 10R. It's just a natural upgrade to go to the iPhone 11 to me.
Yeah, JQ said if Apple gave us 128, we'd be asking for 256. Yeah, that is true. You know what? Because no matter what, you're gonna want more because you're gonna say it's not enough. Yeah. But like Munchie said, though, the memory is cheap. Apple just knows that most people are going to say, I can't do 64 because they're going to remember when their phone would be like memory full or whatever it used to say. So that they're going to go to the next model.
Yeah, but what you were saying to Leo yesterday. Not most people. The average consumer doesn't know crap about 64 and 128. You know.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. You figure if you load the same apps you always use, the only thing is with Apple, I think, is the pictures, like the photo. You know what I mean?
He's absolutely right there because they know they can exploit the consumer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
even the baby note gives you 256. Yeah, the OnePlus 7, the cheapest one is 669, and you get what is that? 128, I think.
128. Yeah, starts at 128. Yes.
I gotta ask question 6. Are you gonna get a new iPhone, or are you considering jumping back to the Samsung?
What do you say? Apple only sells 64 gig models 2019 because it makes
the device
is priced equal to a Samsung
B95/1. I don't get that.
It makes it price equal to a Samsung. 95 to 100% of consumers going into carriers don't realize how much storage they're going to need. Okay, he's saying B. 95 to 100% of consumers don't know how much storage they're going to need. And C, it gives Apple a reason to sell their cloud. Yeah, Apple's going to push the cloud. That's all.
Yeah,
they're going to make you. They're going to make you want to buy the cloud.
And it goes back again. The consumer doesn't have a clue about the memory when the time comes until they get burned, and then when the time comes to get it again, they're only because then they're going to be price focused.
So when they walk into a store, Apple just clouds their memory.
Now, but Mike, you know what though? I mean, this year is going to be no different than last year. The one that's going to sell is going to be that regular 11.
Regular 11, I agree.
That's why they named it like that. They just named it the 11, so it doesn't sound.
And they made it $50 cheaper than they did.
Yeah. And when you tell somebody you bought the iPhone 11, they're not going to be like, "Oh, you bought the budget model."
Yeah,
you know, it sounds like a regular phone. I don't think they're ever going to do that XR and all that again.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right, Will. 100% on that. I agree.
Right.
They're going to sell a ton of those.
I see. Six's answer to me. He says he's going to stick with his X.
Okay.
I got 256, which is good, and yet I'm excited for it. Out of everything pertaining to Apple, I can't wait for the new OS because I wanted to see what it's all about. That's plain and simple for all my devices. That's what I'm mostly excited for. So
we might as well. Okay, now I got a question for you, George and Mike and everybody. With the iPhone pricing their phone like that, do y'all think the Pixel is going to price it like last year, or are they going to be smart and come in cheaper than they did last year?
I think it's going to depend on whether they're going to do a 4A.
That's a tough question because
if they're going to do a 4A, I think they'll price this one right up there like last year. But if they're not going to do a 4A, I'm not sure.
George, I think if they price that phone at what was it, $800 or $799 and $899, if they for the 64, if they do that again, they're not going to sell nothing.
Now, but of course, you said all along, and I agreed with you that because of the 3A, who wants to pay? Well, I'm not going to get it because of the 3A. You can count on it.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't know. I guess y'all seen. We'll talk about it later. But like the videos with the sample photos, and I mean it looks great, but it's not like to me from what I saw, it's not a big reason to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go give them $1,000 over a 3A.
No, I watched the videos, but isn't sound down because these guys talking and they talk fast. So I finally turned the sound down so I could watch the whole video.
I just looked at the photo. They had like photo comparisons at the end and all that. And I mean, just reading what they're adding, to me, there's no way that you know what I mean? Well, I'll probably get it. But a regular person, I don't think they're going to go and buy it.
I'm not going to get it because I have the 3A. I don't need
not when the 3A is $600 cheaper.
Exactly.
Yeah, it don't make sense. I don't know. I hope they don't do it, but for them to stay with Apple and Samsung, I think they're going to price it high again.
You see what Mick 2 Tech Review said? That makes sense.
What do you say? Let's be real. The Pixel has no innovative that matters.
well, we'll be talking about that in a few minutes, won't we?
Yeah, I mean, even that radar chip thing is from what I saw in the videos, I'm disappointed. They better really, I don't know. Google.
Well, at some point, I assume you're going to start with the stories because
let's get to the stories.
Sorry,
Let's get to the stories. All right. Let's
so
see.
you want to take the first one?
The first one. I forget how we were doing this, George. The first one is going to be latest Pixel 4 leak show, new assistant UI, Pixel.
Which one are you doing first? I didn't catch it.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me try to get them in some kind of order.
Well, I'm going by the
I'm looking at that he sent them to us, right?
Yeah, that's how I was looking at them.
Anyway, just tell me which one you want me to click on.
All right. I'm trying to see which one. All right, here we go. The one from Android Police, another Pixel 4 hands-on, gives us a glimpse of.
Okay, hands-on official unlock. Okay.
Got
the new camera settings, the one that says the new camera settings?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm opening it. Let me get it shared.
All right.
Okay. Come on.
We got Eric from Easy Computer Solutions in here. What's going on, Eric?
Hey, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, there we go.
All right. From Android Police, another Pixel 4 hands-on gives us a glimpse of face unlock and new camera settings. Let me see. Every day this week has brought a new Pixel 4 leak. 2 long video reviews of the device surfaced yesterday in Vietnam, and now we have another photo-based look at the device from the same country. Turns out a retailer in, I have no idea how you say that, Hanoi is selling nearly finished samples for $1,079. They could be coming off the new production line or from another source. With that clarification out of the way, let's take a look at what we can glean from this latest leak, courtesy of Gank VN. Besides all of the features that were previously leaked, Gank says the white version of the device has a rough texture, not a glossy one. This was already suspected from the previous images and videos, but there was still some doubt that the lighting and reflections could have negated the glossy effect. Now that we know, it'll have a different coding. The most interesting tidbits regard the camera. We see some of its specs in the image below, as well as
hold up for a minute, Will, because I found that I can do this and I can do this. And now you can see specs.
All right. As well as a glimpse at the new UI for changing settings while taking a photo. Instead of the flash, timer, ratio, and face retouching being on the top, they're now overlaid in the middle of the screen.
Like that.
Next up is a seemingly new advanced setting that lets you save the selfie like it was previewed without flipping its orientation. You may have noticed that when you try to take a selfie with your current Pixel, the orientation is mirrored, but the saved photo is flipped to show it the real image without correct text orientation, for example.
No, with correct text.
With correct text orientation, for example, would be like, that makes sense. But if you usually spend hours agonizing over a pix angle only to see the camera flip things for you, you can now choose to disable that and save the pic as you saw it first in its mirrored state. And we got some more pictures.
Yep.
This one is looks like dirty lens warning, selfie is previewed, showing you where everything's at. Finally, we get a look at the Pixel themes and the face unlock setup. It looks sort of like the iPhones with the moving your head around.
Yeah, here's the themes. That down here are all the themes.
Yeah. Do you see the face unlock animation?
Yeah, I'm showing that right now.
Yeah. By now, there's very little left to know about the Pixel 4, but we'll keep our eyes open looking for any additional breadcrumbs of information that might pop up as the device mysteriously makes its way to more and more hands. That one happened, and then Mike, I guess you could take one of the next ones.
Which one do you want me to take?
Just tell me which one you're taking.
Yeah, just like George.
The Google leak from Engadget.
Okay, the one that reveals the Pixel 4 astrophotography. Oh, I figured that makes sense that you would take that one, doesn't it?
I figured Mike would like that.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I'm sharing now.
How's he able to share? Just because he bought the package?
Yeah, he's hitting it, and I have to add it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
then the person who's running it has to add it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. And this is from Engadget.
Engadget, yes. We have here, see, leaked Google video reveals Pixel 4 astrophotography mode. Astrophotography. You'll be able to capture even the stars, says Google in a leak marketing video.
Right in Hollywood? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. The Pixel 4 may allow photography enthusiasts to do something that they've only been able to do before with this. Never been able to do before with smartphone. Woo. Only 2 beers and I'm done. Astrophotography, a seemingly official marketing video uploaded by Pro Android shows Google's newest smartphone will feature a dedicated mode for taking photos of night sky. Unfortunately, the ad provides few details about how the new function will work, other than to promise you'll be able to capture even the stars based on the hold still prompt shown in the video. The one detail you can glee is that you won't need a tripod to use to take advantage of this feature.
And that's important because with all the night modes on all the cameras, if you don't hold still, you've got a mess up shots.
Yes. And it took a while to get you used to that. You know what I mean? You had to prep for it now. Now you know what's happening.
Yep.
At the risk of reading too much into the marketing video, the inclusion of a astrophotography mode suggests Google has made significant improvements to underlying algorithms that powers the Pixel night sight functionality. With astrophotography, it seems necessary to hold the shutter of the camera open as much as 20 seconds. If the Pixel 4 can reduce handheld camera shake over such a long length of time, that is a significant accomplishment on the part of Google's software team.
I agree with that. That's a long time to be holding really still.
Some reason my Bixby woke up. That's weird. It also one of the few things, despite of all advancements in smartphone to photography, that you wouldn't have to be able to do with a phone camera. Huawei sub-brand Honor got close by allowing people to capture the moon with the company's Honor 20 Pro smartphone. Elsewhere in the promo video, a glimpse of the Pixel 4's soy touchless gestures, allowing you to be able to skip songs without touching the phone's display. We also get to see the new assistant in action in a repeat of Google's I/O 2019 keynote. The assistant is showing off executing a series of commands. In this, the digital assistant is asked to display photos from Tokyo, narrowing it down to the list of images of food and send them to a friend over messages, all in one chain of command.
And you remember in the Google I Know keynote, they made a big deal about that, and the last thing she did was send it to her friends.
Mm-hmm. You may not have to wait until this fall if you see a Pixel 4 will include an astrophotography mode. In a departure from industry norms, Google has been sharing tidbits of information about the Pixel 4 ahead of phone's official reveal later this year.
So what? Next month.
Yeah, next month. Oh, later this year. I don't know.
Yeah, later this year means next month, really.
Right.
About this, and this
this takes us right back to our discussion. So go ahead, Will.
Worse than last year to me. Like,
I agree.
Okay, last year you can be like, all right, it was maybe it was a mistake or something. This year they moved to, I guess, Vietnam to make the phones, and it's like, what? As soon as they got there, the phone gets leaked.
Exactly.
They just pulled up.
There are more leaks this year than there were last year.
It's like it kills all the buzz for the event. Like, at this point, just put the phone out.
And Mike, you remember how disappointed Will was because of all the leaks last year, because there was nothing to show at the event that he hadn't already seen. And
right.
I thought Apple's leaks were bad like this year because everybody knew everything, but this is terrible.
Well, see, Will and I were discussing, Mike, before you came in. I think they liked what happened last year. I think they're allowing this.
I don't think they liked it, George, because if they liked it, I don't think they would have been rushing to get ahead of it by putting out that picture of like, here, this is what our camera looks like. Well, I think they were trying to control it. I think once they go to another country and it gets leaked like this, I think they hate it. They might not mind if like on leaks or whoever leaks stuff out, but once it gets everywhere and there's full videos and commercials and like,
I watched the video that you sent in Vietnamese, and I watched another video also in Vietnamese. So this is all coming from the same people.
That's what Gary just said. All the leaks always come out when the iPhone comes out, and that makes sense. Like I understand it kind of looks like strategy, but I don't know.
I still say one of these days. I still think Google's going
to. If you're going to do an event, why would you do this? Like, just save your money. Don't even do the event.
But if Gary's right, that's why you would do it. So you could have the same week that the iPhone comes out. You want people to see this crap. Gary may be completely right on that.
I don't know. I guess if it was like it was like MC2 said, if it had something amazing, but to me there's nothing that's like mind blowing.
Well, the night photography thing might be kind of mind blowing because up to now, no phone could take a good picture of the stars.
I guess, but that's like a niche audience. Like,
yeah, well,
I don't know. I think they should they should get the leaks under control. This is terrible to me anyway.
All right, Mike, I gotta ask a question. 6, you see what 6 is asking in the comments? What the heck does that mean?
Well, that there.
Oh, the one behind you.
Yes, I normally have it, and I decided to give it a break this time, but by request, there it is.
All right, so anybody in the Chattanooga area, at least you get to see some aquarium today. Today, downtown, they had a huge water main break, and I gather it was so bad, the biggest attraction in our town is the aquarium. Well, that shut down. Where I used to work at Blue Cross, which has a couple of thousand people, that shut down. So this had to be some kind of huge water main break. So you get to go the only aquarium for today to people in Chattanooga.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the leaks. Google is ridiculous with the leaks. I think it's. I
like Bad News Brown's. He says instead of talking about the pre-orders, Pixel 4 is in the news.
And I think he's absolutely right. I think he's onto something. Gary, I think you're all over that. I think you're 100% right.
Yeah. George, you want to get this last Pixel leak?
Right. Now, am I going with the one with the gestures? Is that the one?
The one that says latest Pixel 4 shows assistant UI, pixel themes, and more.
Okay, got it.
The gestures was the OnePlus.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. All right.
Now, let me see. Let me get it so I can share it.
Okay. I'm sharing.
I'm going to share it, George.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't share it and read, can you? You won't be able to see it. Let me see. Latest Pixel 4. All right. Okay. You ready?
Okay. All right. This is from 9 to 5 Google. Latest Pixel 4 leak shows new assistant UI, pixel themes, and more. At this point, we've probably seen enough of the Pixel 4 to bring you a full review. Good points. That said, a new leak has given us a closer look at the new Pixel 4 assistant UI, pixel themes, and the new face unlock setup in action. This leak comes courtesy of Gink VN, same one as before, in Vietnam, and confirms a ton of the other info that we've seen all throughout the tidal wave of leaks and hands-on videos this week. A retailer in Hanoi is apparently already selling near-complete device samples right from the production line, which is likely why we're seeing so many leaks coming out of Vietnam this year rather than Ukraine and Russia like with the Pixel 3. That does make sense as Google has been moving production out of China to Vietnam, although we had believed that production would start with the Pixel 3a, which it might have. The new assistant UI appears to be cut down quite extensively on the Pixel 4 model, the larger current pop-up being removed in favor of a more minimal pop-up that takes up a much smaller portion of the lower half of the display. It's unclear if this will come to older Pixel models with an update. We also get a much more extensive look at the new Pixel theme screens, the camera settings, smooth display toggle, and a few more bits and pieces here and there. Obviously, the headline new tidbit is the setup procedure for the brand new face unlock mode, which I just showed you in the last one. Pixel themes look as though it will give you much more control over how your device looks, with text and icon setting combos to choose from. The Pixel Themes app looks to offer 4 preset options to begin with: default, crayon, collage, and edge. This expands upon the theming options which are included with the developer settings on Android 10. Update. Oh look, another leak. A further hands-on video is giving us a clear walkthrough of the new Pixel themes and shows us the new front-facing camera quality. Check it out below. I did watch that video, so you folks can watch it. Click on it from the article. Gank also shows us the new face unlock in action on the Pixel 4. It mimics the same setup procedure as found on the iPhone X and has you rotating your face to enroll a likeness for secure unlocks and hopefully secure payments. Check out the neat little GIF below to see it in action. While we've seen most of the specs already, this leak also confirms all of the previously seen internal specifications once more, in case you missed it the first, second, and third time. At this point, there isn't a great deal more to glean from the leaks, but we'll be sure to sift through and give you all the minutiae so that deluge of Pixel 4 info continue to be drip-fed from the Far East. And one thing I did notice, Mike, that you and I are classic. You say GIF and I say GIF.
Yeah, that's an ongoing conversation everybody has.
Yeah,
a GIF or a GIF, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so seeing that, what do you think, George, about the Pixel 4, since we know everything now?
I think the face unlock animation is awesome.
Yeah.
I think that the new themes is good, but of course, me being a camera guy, I think the most exciting thing may be the night photography. I'm always trying to shoot the moon and stars, and I never get a good picture. Well,
now I'm sure Mike probably didn't watch the Apple event. George, you probably didn't watch it either.
I watched highlights.
I wanted to listen to it so bad, but I couldn't.
They did add a night mode, but it's kind of like Samsung's was, I believe, at first, where you couldn't turn it on. It turned on by itself.
Right. That's what I didn't like. The fact that it's an auto night mode, and it sounds like you don't have any control over it.
Yeah, sounds like you don't. On the iPhone anyway, you don't have any control over it.
I didn't like that at all.
George, Apple Simple. They don't want you. You don't need to.
No. In this case, it's not Apple Simple. Apple, you will do it the way we say to do it.
This is a pro model phone with no pro mode controls or nothing.
Exactly. But you'll pay $1,199. I mean, $99.
Speaking of Apple, George, I'm not sure if this is right. Did you hear that? Did you see they did that? I guess they have like a collaboration or something with Filmic Pro. Did they remove that from the Play Store?
I didn't see that.
I heard something like that. Like Apple
what was the collaboration? What did it
Apple? They have like some kind of Filmic Pro app where they had this thing where they were able to record with all 4 cameras at the same time.
Oh,
and you were able to do some kind of like, I don't know. I guess like for you got to be really into video. I guess.
Yeah, post-prod. They would do some kind of.
It's still there.
Okay.
It's still.
Okay. Is that the right one? I'm not sure. See, I don't do nothing about Filmic. But I heard they removed it. I'm not sure, but Apple was really discussing this new thing. I think
wasn't it supposed to be some kind of processing combining all 4.
Yeah, and then they had something. Yeah, that was something else. That was another thing. Like a video thing.
Six's comment. George, remember you're holding it the wrong way.
Yeah, right. But
yeah, that's true. I remember that. That's right. He's absolutely right. That's right.
Listen, Six. They gave me a free bumper case for that. holding my iPhone 4S wrong. I got a free bumper case from Apple in the mail. I had to go on their website or their store app, and register, and it came in the mail.
This guy gets free cases from Apple. He gets free phones from Google.
I know.
Everybody got it. That was their way to fix it, so you wouldn't cover the
Google owes me and Mike a Pixel phone.
They might send me a free one again this year.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't know. They're new. We'll see how it shakes out. Yeah, that was what I heard. That Filmic Pro and I think Easy left, but I think they took it out the Play Store or something. The way they were hyping it was,
Well, Mike just found it, so
yeah.
I just went to go look for something talking about Apple. Apparently, 2 hours ago, Disney CEO Bob Iger resigns from Apple board of directors.
hey.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, well, we didn't even discuss that. What do y'all think about the prices for? Because that was at the event too. The Apple TV Plus and
the Apple TV Plus price $499. That's awesome, and it includes the family.
Yeah, and the game thing too.
Yeah,
that's for your whole family. And then if you buy,
I didn't catch the price for the gaming thing.
Yeah, the same price, and they're both for family, I believe. And if you buy basically any device from them, a phone, iPod, whatever, you get.
Why don't you read the last story?
Where is it? We put that in there?
You put that in there. Yeah, the Apple iPhone event. Everything.
Oh, okay. I was busy looking at for
why don't you go through that story?
Pixel leaks. All right. You ready, George?
Well, what are you looking at? I'm sorry, I was looking for something.
I was trying to get the well, man. Let me. I think I just messed it up. Let me try it again. Share screen. Come on. Is it? It's not showing. Oh, you have to show it. I forgot.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Making me think I'm doing something wrong.
All right.
Take away the comment because it's on the screen still.
Okay. Hold on.
Right, you go ahead and read, and I will.
Hold up. I got to go back up to take away. All right. Now
this is on 9 to 5 Mac also.
Okay. Here's everything Apple announced during its iPhone 11 keynote. After months of speculation, Apple today officially held its by innovation only iPhone 11 and Apple Watch Series 5 event at the Steve Jobs Theater. The event included new Apple iPhone announcements, details on future services, and much more. Read on as a recap what Apple announced today. Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus. Apple kicked things off today by offering an update on two of its upcoming services, Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus. First off, Apple Arcade is Apple's upcoming game subscription service offered on iOS, macOS, and tvOS. Apple confirmed today that it's launching Apple Arcade on September 19th and that the service will be priced at $4.99 per month. This includes family sharing access with up to 6 members in your family. You can try Apple Arcade for a 1-month free trial. Apple Arcade is available in the Arcade tab of the App Store on iOS 13. Apple is adding new games every month, and it says it's launching with more games than any other service before it. Meanwhile, Apple TV Plus is Apple's upcoming video streaming subscription service. Apple confirmed today that Apple TV Plus will launch on November 1st for $4.99 per month. That also includes family sharing access, though you only get a 1-week free trial. However, if you buy any Mac, iPhone, iPad, or Apple TV starting now, you'll get a free 1 year of Apple TV Plus. As for what content you can expect, Apple TV Plus will launch with 5 original TV shows, with more being added each month.
So let's stop before you go on, because I personally I've never been much of an Apple guy, but I think both of those, the service and the TV, is an awesome deal for $4.99 a month, and also the 1 free year of Apple if you buy any Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple. I think that's a pretty good deal all the way around.
I mean, I think the price is good, but it depends on the shows.
Yeah, on that. Yeah.
I mean, since it's free, I'm gonna,
You're gonna get your free trial.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get it, right? Yeah,
because I'll have the 5 or the 6 of them, whatever. But I mean, other than that, Mike, you
Well, your wife's getting a new phone, so
yeah, she's not watching that mess.
but no, you'll get that.
But you'll get the free trial for the year.
Yeah. Mike, you want to read about the iPad?
Sure.
Hold up. All right.
There we go. Next up during the event was the surprise announcement of a new entry-level iPad. Apple announced the successor to its 2018, the 9.7 iPad with the all-new 10.2 iPad. The new entry-level iPad arrives roughly a year and a half after Apple launched the 9.7 iPad in March of 2018. The new iPad includes a larger display coming at 10.2 inches. That's just shy of the 10.5-inch screen that Apple includes in the iPad Air 3 that landed 6 months ago. The new iPad will come with iPad OS 13, Apple Smart Connector, Apple Pencil support, an A10 Fusion processor, and more. The 7th generation iPad in the 10.2-inch screen is available for pre-order starting at $329, with orders shipping out on September 30th. Education price starts at $299.
So I thought that price wasn't too terrible. Would you guys?
No.
It wasn't too terrible. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's I just laugh because Apple gives you like no warning. Like, didn't they just release iPads like a couple months ago?
Well,
it's crazy.
March, was it?
Yeah, like it's like if you just bought the iPad, whatever, it's old now. You know what I mean? Like they give you no.
Yeah, it's outdated now.
Yeah, they give you no. It's like, yeah, whatever. You just bought the iPad for $329. Here's the new one.
Right. You know, it's something, and it makes you like they know they own the market too. So
there's no other tablet worth buying. They just want everybody to have an iPad. They don't care which iPad you have. As long as you have an iPad, I think they're good.
And they know nobody's buying an Android tablet.
Just about, you know. Unless you want to wait. Unless you want to get that LG one that's coming out. Did you see that, guys?
I did not.
Oh yeah, LG is supposed to be releasing like a 10 and a quarter inch new the G-Pad. They call it G-Pad 5, using a 3-year-old
G-Pad all along. Yeah.
Yeah, using a 3-year-old processor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you know, that's great.
Proving why people do not buy.
Yeah, with Samsung, the only one keeping that part of the Android side barely alive. So
just barely. Yeah.
The Galaxy Tab.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a muscle flex from Apple.
Yeah.
To do this, you know what I mean. So
they're the only ones making any money.
I think even people who don't know nothing about tech, I think most of them, unless they're just trying to be loyal to Android, I think most of them know if you're buying a tablet, you might as well buy an iPad. Or
you didn't have anybody in particular in mind when you said that, did you, Will?
No. I'm for real. Like I think unless people are just like I hate Apple, then they would buy an Android. Otherwise, why would you buy it?
You see Bad News Brown's comment. Apple TV presents Sheriff Lobo, the remix starring John Denver Jr. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be their problem. They're not going to. I don't think their content is going to be good enough to get them. You know,
you'll have a year free, so you'll let us know.
Yeah, that was that one thing called C. I think it's called C with what's his name? Momoa, Jason Momoa. I think I've seen it. They were previewing that at the event.
Is this where I'm supposed to say, "Oh, I see"? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Where's your drum?
Should I go along with Apple?
Are you going to be able to read it and share it? Yeah, you can, right?
Apple Watch, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I still got it up. Okay. All right, Apple Watch. Attention then shifted towards the Apple Watch as Apple announced the Apple Watch Series 5 with the first ever always-on display. The new always-on display works by intelligently dimming the screen when the user's wrist is down and returns to full brightness with a raise or a tap. When the display is dimmed, you can see the time as well as certain complications. Apple is accomplishing this always-on technology with a combination of new display hardware, including an ambient light sensor, and deep integration with watchOS software. Apple is also doubling down on the emergency services feature of the Apple Watch. With the Series 5, users with cellular models of Apple Watch Series 5 can now complete international calls to emergency services, regardless of where the device was originally purchased or if the cellular plan has been activated. That's pretty cool. The Apple Watch Series 5 is available in a wider range of materials, including aluminum, stainless steel, ceramic, and all new titanium. The Apple Watch Series 5 is available for pre-order today. This was a few days ago, with the first orders arriving on September 20th. Pricing starts at $399 for the aluminum model and goes up to $1,400 for the ceramic Apple Watch edition.
Now, George, I know you're ordering the ceramic.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know you're ordering the ceramic one.
I'm still very happy with my Series 3. Thank you very much.
I don't know if y'all saw the part on the event, but Google needs to do a watch, or they need to, they either need to or they need to just kill Wear OS.
I think with this iteration, the Apple Watch 5, I think they just need to kill Wear OS entirely.
Apple, like, they got the watch so good. They had like a whole presentation of people. I think they do it every year now. People saying how the watch saved their life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fell and did this, and it like they really.
And just like we were saying with iPads, I think Apple now owns the smart watch market too. So lay down.
They didn't even do just like everybody with the heart rate thing. They had some people who were saying like the whole close the rings is like motivated them to lose weight, or you know what I mean? Like they laid it on in that event. I mean, it's like Wear OS, even Google, all that. They need a lot of work.
When I talk about closing the rings, can I share a story with you? So it's making me laugh because I was helping Emily with getting her phone, and her mom invited me over for dinner. So so I'm there filling my face with spaghetti and meat sauce and I forget whatever. I just know it was spaghetti. And here goes my watch chiming. Ding! Another ring closed from Will. Ding! Another ring closed. Right? And a ding. Right? This is the power of the watch. Okay. Ding! He's showing me it's working out. Ding! And I was filling my face. I'm like, you guilt me, you son of a gun, huh?
Good. Keep it up.
Right?
Mike's like, let me put down this spaghetti.
right. And then the best part is, this is how good the watch is. I get a little picture of him eating a salad. Okay, I can see it clearly on his watch.
Right on. I like it.
Oh man! So there we go. There's the power.
Every time Will finishes a workout, I get notified too.
I know.
Get notified when I finish one too, which I do 6 days a week, so not a problem for me.
But it's so funny. I'm there shoving food in my face, ding. I'm like, oh man, he did his workout. It's like, don't you take a break, man? Come on.
I gotta say, I do try to close the rings. It kind of, even when I don't want to go, I'll be like, all right, I gotta at least go for a half hour and then go later so I can close all the rings. It's, it is like a motivating thing.
This is the difference between you and me. Well, I've been doing this for 38 years, so I started motivating myself before there was anything.
Yeah, see. But George, you know what? I went today and I forgot to watch.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why I didn't. I know you always go on Thursday.
Yeah, I went. Let me see. RP3 is in the chat. What's going on, RP3?
Yeah,
He's got
a good comment here.
I don't know if y'all all seen heard his podcast. He's got a good podcast. his intros on Team 100 be killing it. He got the music.
He's getting better and better at that, isn't he?
Yeah, he sound like a radio host.
Yeah, he's like a regular announcer now. Next thing you know, he'd be announcing wrestling matches or something.
Yeah, right. He'd be on commercials.
But he does make a good point here about the TicWatch, but especially
I see what he's saying. Like, they're making watches, but I think Apple wins because they're operating like their Wear OS, whatever you want to call it. People like it. Like Android Wear is, I don't know, I haven't used it in a while, Like I haven't had it on. I think I had it on the Huawei. What was it, the GT or something? I forget what it was called. One of them Huawei watches, the Huawei 2, something like that. That was the last Android Wear.
3, I think it was. I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
It was like Wear OS is just the watch. The actual watch is good, but the software isn't good. Like Google Fit to me it's like Google just forgot about it.
Well, as far as I can tell, Google Fit is still trying to improve their stuff, but I haven't put any of my Android Wear watches on since I got this watch.
Like George, I'll give you an example. Like you see how one of my friends was telling me.
Should I take down the share screen, or you want to leave it up?
We already talked. Unless you want to talk about the iPhone, we already know.
Okay.
Like on the Apple Watch, he said he got like a bed or something, and the bed has an app that pairs with the watch. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he said that, and it tracks your sleep and tells you how you slept. Even though the Apple Watch doesn't do it by itself, but it pairs with the watch. Or you can go.
My watches have a sleep mode, but I cannot sleep with a watch on.
Yeah,
I have the app for I wear my watch too when I go to sleep because I have the app for keeping an eye on my sleep, how well or how not well. Yeah,
and then,
I don't have problems, so I don't even have to worry about that.
Even the gym, like they have the gym kit thing. Where I've never seen a machine that does it. But one of my other friends, he lives in Texas. He's able to go to the gym, and I guess once he gets on the machine, he puts his watch over it or something, and it just automatically starts the workout and tracks it and puts the data from the machine to the watch.
Really?
Like, automatically, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Like Android needs, or Android or Samsung or whoever, that's the kind of, to me, that's the kind of stuff they need to really like make a dent. Like the fact that their watch is round and it looks nice and it's got all that stuff doesn't really matter because I never really see anybody with an Android Wear watch.
I see people nowhere near as functional as an Apple.
Yeah, I see people with Samsung watches, and even like Samsung Health is good, but it's not. To me, it's not like the Apple Watch. Their whole activity thing is simple. You just close in the ring, but
right,
it works. Like Samsung doesn't have nothing like that. They have like that walking thing where it.
But yeah, but Google Fit does have rings now, which I think.
Yeah, I've seen that thing. It's I don't know. I mean, they tried, but it's not what Apple's doing. And Apple's is simple and it's boring, but it works. Like you could do competitions with your friend, and now they got this new thing where it tracks your trends and tells you how you're working out based on from last month.
You actually follow all that stuff?
No, but it shows you on the watch.
Yeah,
you'll see. You get the. Did you update? You're not on 13 yet, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, when you go to the watch thing, it shows, like, I don't look at it, but I mean, it's there and it'll alert you. So
when you get into I don't compete with anybody but myself.
I did the competition thing when it started, and it's flawed to me because whoever gets done first wins. Like there's no kind of, so I don't like that about it. But I did it like when it first started.
I compete with myself. The only time I compete with anybody else is on a tennis court or in a boxing ring. I don't need to compete with anybody.
Yeah, they're dominating. They're dominating in the watch thing. I'm hoping Google does a watch this year. I'm kind of doubting it because it looks like all the leaks are coming out already. But if they're not going to do nothing, they need to just scrap Wear OS.
We've been talking about it for 3 years now, and they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, they need to to me, they should just scrap Wear OS because it's pretty bad.
I kind of agree.
Pretty bad. Like it's not even. And then they come out with their watches like that Fossil watch that just came out was like $300 for what?
Well, it is a Fossil watch, and a Fossil is a big watch name. Don't forget.
I mean, yeah, they're good with watch, but I mean, to me, if I get a watch, I would just get a regular mechanical Fossil watch. Then, if I'm gonna pay $300, I wouldn't get it with Wear OS, where you don't know if they're gonna update it. It's
but you still have a Fossil watch either way.
But it's not a Fossil watch. It's just a watch with a screen on it.
No, it's still I think it's still a Fossil.
But I think Will's looking at.
That's like buying a Rolex and it's got Wear OS on it.
Well, I'd rather have a Fossil watch with some smart technology than a Fossil watch without it. That's what I'm saying. Especially if I'm going to spend the same money.
I would just get a regular Fossil watch, like a regular. I guess you would call it a dumb watch at this point. I would just get one of those. But Mike, Emily's asking you a question.
Yeah, I answered her.
Oh, okay, motor support. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Google. I hope maybe they'll do a watch, but I doubt it. I think they're gonna do like last year. I think last year they did the phone. Something else came out at there.
Mike, you're saying the Moto 360 Sport.
Yeah? Yes, that's right. It is a 360, right? 360 Sport.
Because I still have my 360.
Yeah.
Gary said fossil watches are fossil watches. I guess. I mean, they're all right. I mean, I don't know. I don't really wear watches too often. I wear the Apple Watch. I got the G-Shock and some other.
Well, Will, you spoiled me. I haven't worn anything but this since last Christmas.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's it's not even to me. It's not even that great. Like I don't really use new apps on it or none of that. I'll use it to read messages. Use it for the gym.
I usually talk on the phone when I'm driving once in a while.
It works so good that it's it makes Android Wear look terrible.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of stories, aren't we?
We got one more from Gorgeous and Mike's. This is Mike's favorite. Mike's favorite. Well, Mike and Rishi's favorite company.
Now what? The first one. Okay, let me get it up. All right, so Mike's going to read it, I assume.
You want it, Mike, or you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it shared whenever you're ready, Will.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, this is from Android
Central. Yes. OnePlus Android 10 gestures are far way better than Google's. It isn't the first time that OnePlus has created a superior navigation system. After 6 months of beta updates, Google's released the public build of Android 10 on September 3rd. While the final version doesn't differ too much from the last couple betas, it means that everyone with a Pixel device and an Essential phone now has access to the latest build of our favorite mobile OS. And I got to give props, man. Essential, man, they're killing it, aren't they?
Yeah, as far as that goes, yes.
Yeah, so. Android 10 brings a lot of goodies to the table, such as dark mode, improved permissions controls, and a new theme and options. But it also features Google's new fully gestured navigation. I've already expressed my dislike of this in another editorial. But not too long after Android 10 dropped, OnePlus surprised us with an open beta for Android 10 base version of Oxygen OS, including its own take on gestures. I've been playing around with the Android 10 open beta on the OnePlus 7 Pro for the last couple of days, but with the first few minutes of using it, it didn't take long for me to realize that the OnePlus tweaks gestures are vastly superior than the ones Google pushed out to users. Who wrote this article?
I had looked myself.
Oh, Joe, I never heard of him before. Okay.
You don't know Joe Marion? Oh, he's been writing for them for a long time.
Okay. The core functionality of the gestures remain the same. You swipe up from the bottom middle of the screen to go home. Swipe up from the bottom in the middle of the screen to go home. Swipe up and hold the X to access the recent apps page, and to do a swipe from left to right edge of the screen to go back. However, OnePlus has slightly reworked that back gesture so that is not infuriating to perform. The nature of the new back gesture inherently breaks the slide out hamburger menu in a lot of the apps, and Google's solution to this takes shape in a couple of different ways. Hold your finger over the edge of the screen, waiting for the menu to peek out, and then swipe over. Use two fingers to swipe to bring over the menu. Now, hold up.
The key here is that he's talking about third-party apps.
Okay. So
yeah, because the Pixel doesn't support the gestures on third-party apps.
On third-party apps.
On third-party launchers.
Third-party launchers, yes. All right.
Yeah, they've been having. I guess they're having problems with the launchers working properly. I gather
it makes you go back to the buttons. I think that's why they really left the buttons in. I don't think it was so much to give everybody a choice. I think they did it because remember when you went from the Pixel 2, or was it the Pixel 2 to the Pixel 3, you lost your buttons, right? You couldn't get the buttons back.
Oh, okay. So that's why
now I think they don't have, you know what I mean? I think because they can't figure out, I guess, how to make it work with the third-party launcher. So they
OnePlus figured it out.
Yeah, well,
OnePlus always makes Google look bad, kind of. I mean,
but don't forget, it's Munchie's favorite company.
Yeah, I know Munchie's favorite.
And I have that beta version on my OnePlus 7 Pro, and it works.
Oh, do you? But
I also have it on the Pixel 3a, so he's right.
So it's interesting. Hold your finger on the edge of the screen, wait for the menu to peek out, and then swipe all the way over.
Yeah, that's what you have. Let's say you use a Nova launcher with the Pixel. That's what you have to do. With OnePlus, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Everybody complained about this. Here's a Samsung S9 on a Samsung devices. Nobody uses. I mean, I know this is Edge. What do they call this? Apps Edge in this case.
Yeah.
But you're basically copying what. Are you not copying what they have here? If I'm understanding right.
Kind of, yes. Yeah, you are copying Samsung. Yeah.
And they are, even though everybody bitched about it. You know.
And it's funny that you said nobody uses the Edge menu, because I got a question from one of my subscribers about the Edge menu on the S10e today that I had to answer, and I had to go try it out to make sure I gave him the right answer.
And what was that? What was
how the UAG case worked with the Edge menu, and I had to go make sure it worked. What I found was the UAG case works just as well as the case I have on mine, and it's kind of hit or miss. And I guess he got the official case, and that works well. So that's what I told him.
So you were just doing in case.
Yeah,
I got one. Yes.
So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh man.
That's right. I got one.
All right, you gonna continue on?
Yeah. Oh shoot! Wait a minute. What the heck happened? I just opened up what the hell? Put me to another ad. Okay. So anyway, there's two things they pointed out, and going from number 2, use 2 fingers to swipe to bring out a menu. Both of these are equally bad. With OnePlus's version of Android 10, the back gesture is performed when you swipe anywhere from about the bottom 80% of the screen. If you swipe over the top 20%, however, you'll always reveal the slide out menu if there is one.
Right. Now that I haven't tested because I like OnePlus's launcher, so I just don't change it.
I wish that there was a larger area to trigger slide out menus, as the current implementation. Thank you. Requires you to reach up quite far on the display, maybe 50-50 or 60-40 separation. But in the day-to-day use, it is considerably easier to perform than the 2 solutions Google came up with. In addition to the improved back gestures, OnePlus also allow you to use these new gestures with third-party launchers. Why is it such a big deal? If you try to use Google's new gestures on Android 10s with a third-party launcher, you'll be reverted to the old 3-button navigation system.
Just like Will said, it kicks you back to the 3 buttons.
Google has stated that it intends to add gesture support with third-party launchers at some point in the future, but have no idea when that will be. And this is an issue with all Android 10 on. What is that?
Who was that?
That was a video on Facebook started up.
Okay. This isn't an issue with all Android 10 on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Whenever you're using OnePlus's new gestures, the ones that were launched last year, the old 3-button system, you can use all of these with third-party launchers without a problem. It's speculated that Google is having an issue as a result of integrating the gestures so much with the Pixel launcher that whatever the reason may be, it is little embarrassing that OnePlus is able to offer the support and Google isn't.
And that kind of makes sense, because if they made their gestures based on the Pixel launcher specifically, I could see where they might have ignored other launchers.
Yeah. So
you mean
yeah,
Google?
saying so,
You mean
yeah,
Google?
Yes.
I mean, that's
but wouldn't you think about that?
You would think they would have, but it sure doesn't look like
they know launchers are a big thing on it.
Especially Nova Launcher.
Yeah, Nova Launcher is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
if you,
I
was going to finish reading this. If you recall, this isn't the first time OnePlus has one-up Google with gestures. Last year, OnePlus introduced a gesture system that closely mirrored the one that's on the iPhone 10, and even its early stages worked shockingly well. When Google debuted its awkward 2-button system with a few months later, it looked like a big step back from what OnePlus was already working with.
Well, that was terrible last year.
Yeah. This topic sort of opens up a bigger discussion regarding navigation as a whole on Android, specifically how each OEM seems to have its own take on gestures these days. If we are moving towards a future where part of the decision that goes into buying a new phone requires you to think about what type of navigation you want access to, OnePlus has now proven multiple times it knows how to create a system that is intuitive and easy to use. As for Google, well, Google's got a Google.
So I disagree with a little bit of that last paragraph, because nobody's going to buy a phone based on a launcher. I just don't buy that.
Right. But, how bad, and I'm asking Will because he's, and George too. I don't have an iPhone with gestures, but I mean.
Oh my God, George! Listen, I mean, Mike. Listen, it's
The
not to
iPhone
me.
gestures are perfect.
It's not even close. The iPhone gestures are. I told you ever since Android started gestures, the iPhone's gestures work because there's no app drawer. Like to me, that's what.
But I do think on the new Android 10 with the Pixel, I think the gestures work pretty good, and on the OnePlus also.
Now wait, okay, on the OnePlus, George, the gestures is what? That's just Google's 2-button system, right?
Yes, but OnePlus does it better than Google. That's the point of the whole article.
What do you think's better? To me, I don't see the difference.
Well, like for instance with another app, you go to swipe over from the right.
Swipe it back.
You've got to hold it for a second until a pop-up menu appears. Then you can swipe the rest of the way. With OnePlus, you can just swipe and it works.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Google's always getting shown up by OnePlus when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah.
And while I was talking to y'all, I was looking, and there's already an article on 9 to 5 Google that has the APK for the new Google camera.
Yeah, I saw that came out.
And then there's we didn't talk about this, and I'm sure y'all probably heard about it because it was leaked. Business Insider. I won't read the whole thing, but there's one of the features that's supposed to be coming to the Pixel 4 is it's going to be able to wait on hold for you during a phone call. So
what's going to be able to wait on hold?
I guess Google Assistant. I'm guessing it's duplex.
Oh, okay.
So they said that you'll be like, let's say you're on the phone, like what happened to me when I was on hold with Samsung a couple of weeks ago. And once it knows that you're on hold, Assistant takes over, and then it'll alert you when there's a human back on the phone.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
That was one of the other features that like leaked from from the.
That's going to work fine until somebody figures out how to beat it and make you think it's a human when it's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, he probably will. But yeah, Mike, the gestures on the iPhone to me are the best.
I agree.
Google's the new ones that they got on the Pixel. I mean, they're better than I thought they would be. But I actually went back to the buttons.
Yeah, no, I did not go back to the buttons. I kept the gestures on both the OnePlus and on the Pixel 3a.
Do you find because George, you have larger hands?
With the OnePlus, yes, because the OnePlus is a big phone.
Is a big phone, yeah. I was going to say.
The fact that I have big hands makes it a lot easier. And Marcus, MKBHD is always making that point that he has big hands and it's kind of easy for him with these big phones. And same for me.
I don't mind. The OnePlus is big, but I don't think it's too big. I don't know.
No,
I guess because when the iPhone came out with the Plus and all that was a big phone at the time, and I used that.
And the Galaxy Note 10 too, Note 10 Plus. But MKBHD is always saying, well, it's not so difficult for me because he can reach up to the top with his thumb, and I can do that for the most part too.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying now.
What phone? What Google phone you have? The 3A or 3A XL?
I have the 3A, which is the smallest of them.
Right.
6 is crazy. 6 is crazy.
What's giggity?
6 watches too much Flossie. Flossie always does that. Whenever somebody says something that's questionable, Flossie always does that.
Okay.
Flossie.
I'm not watching as much Flossie as I used to.
Flossie's. I haven't watched Flossie in forever.
What's Flossie got? 1.5 million subscribers now. He's
got a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, you gotta get an iPhone with gestures, and it'll spoil you.
Yeah, it will. It really will.
Because like, I'm sure you probably say you want the buttons, right, Mike? You like the buttons on your OnePlus? Yeah. What do you have? Buttons.
I have the buttons.
Yeah, see,
I have the buttons.
You'll like the buttons until you try the iPhone gestures. Because
and I must say, I think Google with Android 10 is starting to catch up. And
yeah, they're getting better. They're a lot better.
With Android 10, I could live without buttons on either phone now.
Because, Mike, you know what the gestures? See, Mike, you don't have a Pixel. Do you have any phone that has the Android gestures? Like the Google gestures, the latest ones that we have now? You don't have it on your Moto or nothing, right?
No.
Yeah, see
no.
The gestures are it's like once you get used to it, I don't know, George. To me, it feels like that's how you should navigate the phone, kind of. You know what I mean? I just went back to the buttons because there's like certain stuff that I don't know if they didn't think about it. Like even if you use multi-window, it's awkward now to go into multi-window with the gestures.
I never used multi-window, so you might be right there.
It's a little awkward. And then the switching between the app real fast. I don't know. I like just being able to double tap real quick instead of.
Well, I think to get to your recent apps, just the halfway up, that's okay with me.
No. I mean to switch to like the last app you were using.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, there's no gestures on the S9, is there?
Mike, 6 is roasting you, man. 6 said your LG has the new gestures.
No, it won't.
Mike, look what Gary Brown said.
Oh,
yeah.
No
it does.
No wonder it's bad news, Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Every day it reminds you of that, especially the LG. Not so much the Moto phone, but the LG, especially the LGs. It's still going strong here.
Mike, did you fix your problem that you were having before we went on? That video thing you were saying?
Oh, because I was on the phone with you, it wouldn't let me do video.
Okay.
Once I'm on the phone, won't let me do. I could snap a picture, wouldn't let me do video. Because as soon as I hung up, I shot video.
Okay.
I was trying to show you about what was going on, but
that was pretty weird. But yeah, I don't know, man. The Pixel, the rumor, I think for the Pixel event is October 15th. By the time October 15th comes, we'll have everything except for the price, probably.
We
might even have the price. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have the price by then.
I'm sorry. Did they release a date for the Pixel
I think
event?
the rumor is the 15th.
Yeah, the 15th is the rumored date.
So, what do you think the chances we're going to get a OnePlus 7T?
7.
Oh, absolutely.
7T,
I think it's absolutely.
Y'all think it's gonna have that ugly circle camera?
Yeah, it could be.
I know I asked last week, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I saw something that there's confirmation on.
Yeah, I think it's a done deal. We're going to get a 7T.
Mike, the question is, when are you going to upgrade?
Well, we got to see what this looks like.
You would get the new one over. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't like that circle thing. And I'm usually not picky about it. I just prefer the up and down camera. I like that one better.
There's an old song that says happiness runs in a circular motion.
I like that. I like that one better.
OnePlus 7T Pro launch expected globally on October 10th.
Okay, so that'll even be before the Pixel 4.
Right.
So they're going to, and supposedly they're going to announce a OnePlus TV along with it.
Yeah. But is the TV coming here?
I think what I've read is that it's coming here at some point, but I'm not positive. Isn't it India first?
I'm guessing it is.
I'm thinking it's India first.
Yeah, Gary Brown said. Now wait, Gary Brown, you don't like the OnePlus, right? Or have you never had one? I know you're a Pixel guy.
Get the 7 Pro, huh?
It is nice. I mean,
it's
Mike, you'll love it.
For me, it's still the phone of the year. But now, since I got this Axon 10 Pro for the money for $549, I think is the best value of any phone I've bought so far. We'll see.
Oh yeah. How that Axon? I mean, stack it up against the OnePlus.
Well, I can't. I've only had it 2 days. So ask me next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for me, the OnePlus is still the phone of the year. So,
Mike, really,
the OnePlus, Mike, you know I love the Pixel, and I mean I am biased to the Pixel. I don't know. I guess the camera or whatever. The OnePlus 7 Pro is a beast, Mike.
It is. It's an awesome killer phone. I
wish it was a little bit smaller, not because I don't think it's too big, but I think if it was a little bit not as tall, I would like it more.
And it's heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah.
But the battery, I know we talked about the iPhone already, but they have a 35, I think a 35 in the Pro Max or whatever, the big one, or a 3700. This has got it's a 4,000 milliamp battery. Pixel is going to come with that 90 hertz display, and they're not going up to 4,000. Battery to me is too small for that display. I think they're going to.
The OnePlus 7 Pro has a 90 hertz display. Well, obviously Google thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. Google's doing it, but I don't even think their battery is going to be big enough. Because I mean, the battery life on my 3XL. I guess this is 10 isn't that great.
Right.
It's it's all right, but I would want it to be more. So if they're gonna put a 90 hertz display on the new phone, I thought they would at least give me a 4,000 milliamp hour.
Wouldn't you think? Yeah, that would make more sense.
The speculation here I'm reading here is 4,085. I thought I saw.
That's on the new one.
Yeah, the T variant.
Okay.
So
I mean, I get good battery life on the OnePlus, and the screen is. You already know there's no bezel. The screen is ridiculous.
Now the only thing, if I had to choose between a flat display and a curved display, which I have on the OnePlus 7 Pro and on the Axon 10 Pro, I would prefer a flat display.
I would always choose flat over the curve.
Other than that, I love everything about both phones that I know about so far.
And then, Mike, they added with Android 10. I'm not on it yet. George is on the beta. They added video recording with all the cameras.
Yeah, I made a video about the camera changes. So did Rishi. Rishi made one too.
Yeah. I was talking to Rishi on Twitter,
Okay.
At like, it was early in the morning. He had messaged me, and I was like, "Well, did you try the new features on the?" Because I saw he was on the beta, and he was like, "They added modes to the camera. I got to go make a video." Like,
yeah.
They added like
video. I downloaded the beta based on Rishi's video, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
they added. I downloaded a beta in my life.
Yeah, I was surprised to see you were on the beta, George. That's why I asked you how was it, because I'm not on
the beginning of my video. I said, well, for the very first time, I downloaded a beta, and that's Rishi's fault.
Yeah, I'm not on the beta on the 7 Pro.
Yeah, it's nice, and I'm going to put it on my 6T also.
Yeah, they added video recording with the wide angle. I think it's up to 1080p.
Right.
I think portrait mode with the wide angle, right? I think you can do portrait
mode. And in video recording at 1080p, you can switch on the fly.
Yeah, and I think they added night sight to the wide angle, something like that. But they added, like, the camera got a whole bunch of upgrades with Android 10.
You're gonna make me turn on and start to look at the camera.
Yeah, there was a decent amount of features they added to the camera.
Right now, for my two primaries, I'm using the Axon 10 Pro, and I'm still using the Xiaomi Mi A3.
Here we go. We got Night Tech. He's saying the Pixel Squad's here.
Yeah, there you
go. 37 is a good size battery. Okay, yeah. See, Gary is not impressed with the OnePlus. He's not beat. And I do like it, but I always go back to the Pixel. Ask Mike. Mike always gets mad at me. He's like, "How do you keep going back?"
The 3 YouTubers that I know of that are the most impressed with the OnePlus 7 Pro are me, Rishi, and Mike Project 13. All 3 of us love this phone.
Yeah, and I think MKBHD loves it too.
Yeah, he does. Oh yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Loves the Pixel more, but he always goes back to the OnePlus because Google always has some kind of issue where OnePlus.
And you're right. Nightscape now you can go wide angle too, so you were right.
Yeah. Mike, you'll love it, Mike. He said OnePlus does too much. Yeah.
But the thing is, they do it well. Whenever they put something in a phone, they do it well. And for me, the pictures on my OnePlus are just as good as my 3.
I think the problem with the Pixel is that you can, let's say in 3 weeks, you'll be able to go download the Pixel camera from XDA or wherever on your OnePlus, and then.
And here's an example. Let's see, let me get the camera. All right, so you can see I'm in the camera app, right? If I just do this, see, it takes you right back. Yeah. Just swipe out.
Wow.
Yeah, you got pro mode on the camera. You got, it's hard to justify buying a Pixel after you get a OnePlus.
Yeah, if you have a OnePlus 7 Pro, I don't see why you'd buy a Pixel because the camera's just about as good in my opinion.
It's really hard to justify it.
Yeah.
Especially with the way Google has been pricing the Pixel, but I always get the Pixel because I like it. But I mean,
yeah, but I think you're right. The key is the question you brought up earlier. What's going to be the price? Because of the 3A, are they going to drop the price? Are they going to come with last year's kind of pricing?
Very crazy. Gary said he does not need 70 gigs of RAM. Gary, listen to me. You do not need. I got the small one, not even, well, I guess it's the medium, 8 gigs of RAM, right?
I was going to say the same thing. You don't need 8 gigs of RAM, really.
You don't need it, Gary, but when you have it, you feel, I don't know, you feel the difference with the OnePlus.
And if you happen to want to download, 2 movies, 5 movies at a time, well, now you can.
I don't know. I mean, you gotta use it to see the difference. Like, I know Google tries to do it with, I guess, the least specs as they can or whatever. And I think the only reason they're adding the extra 2 gigs of RAM to the upcoming Pixel is because of that on-device Google Assistant stuff where she's able to rattle off a whole bunch of commands. I think that's the only reason.
Google's very much into AI, and you got to have some RAM for that.
Like, once you use it, it's different. Like, I know I've had times where if you put the phone side by side, the OnePlus holds more apps open, and and it's just a different experience. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish Google would have did 8 gigs of RAM. They don't need 12, but 8 would have been nice.
Nitech says a video coming in on the Google Cam 7.
Oh, okay. 7.0. George must be smoking one of them rocks behind them if he thinks the OnePlus M is as good as. Hey, just my opinion.
Crazy. Gary is Gary. You know what? A lot of people said, like, if you see people's videos, they'll say, I've seen everybody say the OnePlus isn't as good, but for what you're paying, it's, you know what I mean? It's just it's not that much of a difference. Like, you're paying.
To me, it's just about as good.
Less. It's unless you buy a 3A. I don't know. Like, I don't really do Gcam and all that, but
exactly.
Just like I was arguing, I think it was Rishi, when Rishi was doing his comparisons. I was telling him, like, I prefer the colors on the Pixel, but overall as a phone, the OnePlus to me got the Pixel beat. The camera is what keeps the Pixel alive. But
that's what I said long ago about my OnePlus 6. I just was like, the Pixel's good. It looks good, but
it's a Google phone, and you know, I guess that's why I like it, because I do like stock and all that. But on the OnePlus, you get basically stock. The only thing you're missing is the swipe over and get the Google feed or whatever.
Right.
You can change icon pack without putting a launcher. You can change your accent color. You can, you know what I mean? You have pro mode on the camera. Now you got wide angle. Google let me down this year with no wide angle lens. You don't have wireless charging, but you got dual speakers. You don't have just about no bezel on the front. It's I don't know. And it's a lot cheaper than the Pixel. The only thing the Pixel has is the camera, and I guess now they'll have all that assistant stuff, but
yeah. I think all the new assistant stuff may help sell that phone.
I don't think that's gonna sell it, George. I mean, for me, that's not. I don't know. For me, the camera's still selling it. I don't think that'll sell it for me because I don't talk to my phone like that.
Oh, and since you still have the comment up, I must tell you, Gary, being a YouTube camera guy, it's a rocky road. You know?
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that'll sell it for me, but I don't know. I hope Google gets it right this year. I hope they don't got no issues, like somebody said earlier in the chat.
Well, they got it right with the 3A. They didn't.
Yeah, with that one. Yeah. They need to drop this phone.
They haven't had issues with.
They need to put this phone out at like $599.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's what they should do, but they won't though. They won't. Especially look at that. The iPhone came out with the.
Are they going to do a 4A? If they are going to do a 4A, they're not going to go expensive with this one. You know that.
They came out with the iPhone 11 at $699. So
yeah, $699. Yeah, because Google it's cheaper than the 10R. Yeah.
If Google comes out more than that, they're gonna have a problem.
But I think if they come out at $699, they might be doing okay, don't you think?
Yeah, well, that'll be $100 off of what they came out last year.
Exactly. You know, I think that would be the smart thing to do.
Gary said the HTC team is doing the Pixel. Yeah, I've been watching that guy's videos and hoping, like, even I think that the Soli sensor, from what I've seen on the leaks, based on the leaks that they're leaking on what they're gonna do with the phone, where you can change songs or make the phone be quiet,
and without touching it.
Yeah, but all right, that whole wave your hand toward the phone to see your notifications. Motorola had that on the Moto X Pure or whatever it was called. Like, those, to me, that's not even, you're not taking advantage of the radar that they're hyping up. Like,
well, now you're getting into gimmick territory, really.
Yeah, like, it's, to me, that's not worth it, because if you've seen the videos where they were showing you what they're able to do with the sensor, they were able to tell how many cards was in a deck, to look at shoes and say this was a shoe or this was a, like, they were able to do crazy stuff with it. And then you're gonna just let me wave to like, you might as well just use the front facing camera. It might not be as accurate, but take the price of the phone down.
All right, like, it's not like Nitech is stepping out there saying it's going to be $699. I think it'll sell like hotcakes if it is.
They better. If they do that, I'll be glad. They can have the 3XL. They can give me a couple $100 for it. But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll trade in something to get it at that point.
Yeah, that's cheap. Yeah, but I don't have that kind of faith in Google. I don't think they're gonna do it.
Hey, Will, let me ask you. Like I said, I didn't catch the keynote for the Apple event. Am I reading this right? That they're not going to come out with an XR model, an R model?
No, right.
No, the X is
the whole
the
conversation. Like they were smart this year.
Yeah.
The iPhone 11 is the budget model. So now
it's cheaper than the 10R.
It's cheaper than last year's. So when you tell somebody you have an iPhone 11, it doesn't sound like you bought the cheap one. And then if you tell them you got the 11 Pro or whatever, but they were smart though, because if you said, I got the XR, that's like saying you had the 5C, but the 11 has the wide angle lens.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The 4K and all that on there. You're not really missing out on much but the telephoto.
That's why me and my Project 13 are both thinking if we ever get the next
iPhone 11. iPhone 11 is the main model.
It's the one that's going to sell, just like the
That's the one that make their money, and they priced it cheaper. So if Google is smart, Google will be like, we got to price our phone down there with the iPhone 11.
Google prices at $699. They're going to smoke, I think.
With that, I just like I said, I'm just catching up. This is the most tech I've dealt with all week, and I'm like reading it, and I'm reading this article that you had from 9 to 5 Mac, and I'm reading they took out the XR, and I get I guess it's a good thing.
Here's a question for
you. I think they're being very smart.
Your lease is almost up, Mike. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
If you're gonna upgrade, if I was you, I would go with the 11. I don't know if you were planning.
I'm going 11.
Let me ask you a question, Mike.
Yes.
Are you ever going to lease another phone?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I've said for years I think leasing a phone is insane, but that's just.
Now wait.
I'm going to go through.
Mike, what are you? I'm trying to understand. All right. You're leasing that phone, right? So after your lease is up, you keep it, right?
No, I got to turn it back in.
Oh no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
thought it was like with everywhere else where you're paying for the phone. You were doing like a Sprint thing.
Well, wait, is it like leasing a car where you either turn it back in or you pay some extra?
Right. I gotta pay. I gotta pay. Yeah.
Oh, T-Mobile's doing you dirty. So that's how Sprint did your friend.
Well, this is
you didn't understand it. Your friend didn't understand it, but you understand it. If it's like a car lease, then they're not doing nothing wrong. It's just that.
Oh, okay. So they're paying. So she's paying for the phone,
and she's paying extra because it's just a car lease.
Because if I want to keep this phone, I forget how much it is. I forget what they said.
Now wait. So couldn't you have just done the regular thing where you're actually putting money, like you're purchasing the phone? What's the benefit of doing what you did versus doing because AT&T doesn't even have that. I don't even think Verizon has that. I didn't even know they did it like that. I thought
AT&T had the next program.
It's not a lease. You're not paying extra for the phone. You're paying with the phone. If I go to AT&T and buy an iPhone 11 and that phone costs $1,000 every month, when I'm paying that $39, that's coming off of the price of the phone.
Right.
I'm not paying for a lease. So at the end of my 30 months or 24 months, whatever I pick, the phone is mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying nothing over the price of the phone.
Right.
I don't understand how they're even.
Why is NITEC saying iPhone 11 is not the budget phone? Of course, it's this year's version of the 10R.
Why? I don't understand, Mike. Why? What's the benefit of doing that plan that you did? You're not saving.
The benefit was that I could go and if I wanted to, play with the phone for a month and go and get the next greatest thing that came out. I think I could do.
You let them do that to you.
Because I wanted it immediately, I think.
No,
well,
but
I wanted the best phone.
Couldn't you have got the same phone, purchasing it the same way, and you actually own the phone. Like with the next plan, if I go there, I'm buying 11, I'm paying towards the 11. After, if I do the 12-month thing or whatever it is, after 12 payments, however many it is, I can trade it in and get the new phone, or I can keep paying it, or I can pay it off early. But at the end of it, as long as I don't give it back to them, it's my phone. When you're done your thing, they're going to be like, give us our phone back. That doesn't even, I don't understand. So the only benefit of that is you would have been able to jump to another phone.
Right. That's what, remember we talked about that?
So why didn't you jump then?
Because every time I jumped, it restarted the lease.
It starts the lease all over again.
God. So when I see people doing the jump program,
right.
So when people do jump program, it's like never ending. You're never going to own a phone again in your life.
Right. And that's why I said, after I really understood that, I said, all right, I'm keeping this phone. I'm going to go through the term. I could quit tomorrow and walk in and just have to pay the difference. I have to pay whatever the obligation is.
Right.
But Mike, why would you even keep the phone? Because you're paying, I guess.
Well, I'm
saying you paid so much into it. I see why. You're saying you're going to keep it. Are you going to give it back when it's over, or are you going to pay it off?
No, I'm going to hand this phone back in.
So when you hand the phone back in,
you get nothing.
How much did you? I don't even want to know how much you gave them toward that phone, and you're just going to be like, let's just make an example. Listen. Let's say you paid $30 a month, right? Okay. And what's the thing? 24 months. So you paid
18 months.
18 months. So you paid $5 something, right? $540, something like that. Plus you probably paid the tax, right?
Well, that's rolled into the monthly payment.
Okay. So up front, you didn't have to pay nothing.
Right. That's the thing with it also, too.
So you pay $540, and that's when you'll be done. And then you're going to give them the phone back and have nothing?
Have nothing.
I would never do that.
Nothing from nothing.
You don't want to put the jump program in my head. You want to go check on the jump program.
Listen. Mike, hold on. He went to the mall or whatever, and I was like, I said, try the jump program, but I didn't understand that you weren't paying into the phone, like you were borrowing it.
I am just paying for like a lease on a car.
That's crazy. That's worse than a car lease.
You said it because I though too said I thought I was going to just keep on like trying out different phones. And
so why didn't you jump then?
Because I restart the lease every time.
So you can't stop it early. You can't be like, I'm done because you have a contract or something, right?
Right. I'll break the contract and have to pay the term that I need.
It's not that great. T-Mobile should be.
That's why I just said I'm not going to do it again because I have other options.
So does T-Mobile? They do have. You can do it the other way where you're actually buying the phone, right?
Yeah, I bought two of my phones straight from T-Mobile.
No, I mean through the payment thing, like the same kind of thing you're doing now, right, Mike?
I'm sorry. What's that? I was reading a comment.
You do a payment thing and buy the phone out.
Payments where then you're actually paying towards the phone too, right?
I'm not. I got to pay.
You're doing the lease. You're doing the lease. T-Mobile has another option, right, where you can actually be buying the phone.
Oh yeah, you can buy the phone.
What is it? A big difference in money?
Well, when you buy,
I don't understand why anybody would do the jump program.
You're not on a jump program then, right?
So you just can't jump from phone to phone.
Right.
Oh, yeah. God, T-Mobile is making a killing on that.
But I would have paid more money for this phone. I think I would have paid more.
No, you wouldn't have. They would have charged you.
No, you're right. You're right because the term is shorter. The term is shorter than the 2 years. It's short by 6 months.
And you would have paid what the phone was worth, and you probably would have been able to. I don't know how T-Mobile works. AT&T doesn't let you make payments in between. You either got to pay the total amount due, or just keep doing the month to month. But I think T-Mobile lets you pay extra on it.
Oh
right,
yeah,
George?
you can pay extra. Yes.
Oh man, yeah, I would never do that. Oh,
George,
you should have told me what's happening, Mike.
Said,
You should have told me about
this guy said, George, this guy said, check out the jump program.
Mike,
okay, I will.
Yes, he did.
Told
yes,
me.
he did.
You
Yes,
said,
okay.
I did
Thank
tell
you.
you that. Look, I did tell you that.
You told me to go to check the jump program.
You should have explained to
this
me
way because he knew that day in the mall he was like trying every way.
You should have explained to me. You should have said, "Now
no.
You should have said, if I do the jump program at the end, I'm gonna never own the phone, and I'm gonna be like the person on Sprint who paid more for the phone than it's worth
because she didn't turn her phone in. You're probably right about that. She probably should have said, "Hey." She never kept a track of the lease, so she kept the phone. And they started charging her because she still, the phone was. I mean, if I want this phone, just like her, she needed to pay the phone. So
yeah, so if you want that phone, you're going to pay the whatever payments plus you got to pay some more, right?
Well,
like once your 18 months is over,
I'll find out for you. I'll find out and get back to you next week.
Yeah, once you're 18,
I'll ask. I'm curious. Now you got me curious.
Once your 18 months is over,
I just buy my phones outright. I don't want none of this payment crap.
Once your 18 months is over, they're not just going to be like, okay, that's your phone. You got to keep paying an additional amount. That's what I'm saying.
Or pay something outright and be done.
Well, wait a minute, George. I mean, not George. Will, this is the same thing about the Apple program that you were telling me about. You get it for 12 months.
It's not though, because what you're doing, Mike, you're leasing that phone, right?
For 12 months?
After 18 months or whatever you told me, right?
Yeah, 18 from T-Mobile.
The phone is not yours. On the Apple program, if you do the Apple upgrade program, any of them, you're paying into the phone. They give you a loan or whatever, and you pay monthly. And after 12 payments, you can say, I don't want this phone and trade up to the next one. Or you can say, I'm trading up to the next one and keep that one, and your payments keep going. And then you can get the next phone anyway and keep paying. And you'll have 12 more payments to pay on that one, and you own that one. And you got
you can keep that phone and go on to the next one.
So the Apple program, you get to own the phone. It's not a lease.
No, it's not a lease. They're giving you a loan from the Apple, whoever the Apple's using, to give you that loan.
Right.
Citizen Bank. I checked Citizen Bank.
They're paying the whole amount up front for you. You pay the tax. They take the money off your card. You're not paying no interest, but they're making you get Apple Care with it. And now they even got one with the new phones where you don't have to get Apple Care, where you just get the same loan without Apple Care. And when you're done your 2 years, you can keep the phone. When you're done your 12, the only one that you can upgrade on is the upgrade program. If you do the Apple upgrade one where you have to get Apple Care after 12 payments or 13 payments, whenever you want, you can trade it in an upgrade. But you can pay it off too and keep the phone. They're not even giving you the option to keep your phone after your 18 months. You have to give it back. That's what I don't like. It's not like the AT&T Next program or the Verizon program. T-Mobile acts like they're for the customer because they want to sucker people into that nonsense.
You're the one that told them to look into it in the beginning.
I told them, George, look into it. Don't jump into it and don't.
George, that's a high five for you.
Program.
If somebody told me that was the plan, I would have. I'd never jump into that. I never get that. Never.
It's for people who want to get a new phone every couple months.
You should have jumped.
Yeah.
You should have jumped then.
I should have, but I didn't want to. I saw that they kept on getting pushed back. So I said, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to enjoy the phone, and that's it.
Tech said you can pay to keep it.
Right. That's what we were saying.
Well, I don't want to pay to keep it.
He pays to keep it. It's after he already paid.
After he already paid all that money for 18 months. Yes.
And the phone is old now.
Yes, it is.
It's a crappy phone. It's an old crappy phone.
It's not that old, but you know what I mean. But T-Mobile they're wrong for that. I think they're the only.
Your wife now, Mike.
Yeah, you guys should let me call in.
Wait. We got 5 minutes. Let me see. Where's the link? How do I share the link?
Yeah, we got 6 minutes.
Where's the link? Y'all got it? Let me get it out of Telegram.
I don't have it.
Hold on. I got to get it out of Telegram.
Anthony, we only have 6 minutes left, so.
I'm gonna send you the link on Telegram.
He's okay. You sending it to him?
Yeah.
You know, we're going to jump into Team 100 stream or step on it.
Is there one tonight? Is it confirmed?
No, I didn't check.
I know in the chat. I mean, in the Telegram. Okay, I sent it to you, Nighttime. But yeah, Mike, I would never do that. I guess he's gonna explain it better, but I couldn't do that. I thought you were
arguing about whether the iPhone 11 is the budget phone or not. That's what he wants to argue.
No, it's
and of course,
Apple,
budget phone.
Apple's looking at it. It's not the budget phone because that's the one they want to sell. I guess it is the budget phone.
But it's the same as the 10R, yes.
But no, it's not. It's not as much of a downgrade as the 10R was.
Yeah, but it's still a budget phone for the 3 phones this year.
You're getting the wide angle, and you're getting.
Don't forget, you have to let him in the stream when he shows up in the green room.
The green room, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man, Mike, I feel bad about that. I didn't even know it was like that. Mike, I'm telling you, when people said that,
Mike, let's see how bad you feel. Then you need to pay him back some money, don't you, Will?
Mike, when everybody said that, I didn't know that that's what it was. I swear I didn't. I didn't know that. I didn't think they did I didn't think they did it like that. I thought it was something. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you're leasing it because it's
shown up yet.
It's like a car.
Wow.
It's like a car.
Okay.
It's like a car. Exact terms of the car would be because you turn the car in and you could buy it if you wanted to.
Yeah, but okay, now wait, Mike, it's different because with a car lease, they tell you in the beginning of the lease, in 3 years, we think this car is going to be worth, let's say, $15,000.
Right. You have to
that,
pay the difference.
You have a choice that car might be
not
worth.
Pay, you don't. Maybe you don't understand. I'm not going to pay full price on this phone.
No, listen to me. You have a choice.
Hold on. Here, the guy text here. Wait. Let him talk. Let him talk. How you doing?
You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So the jump program, right? You can pay, Mike. I don't know if you're in the grandfather one or the newer one, but you're supposed to be able to upgrade after paying off 50% of the device. Okay. So if the device is say 600, if you pay 300, you can jump to the next device. You just give them back the previous device, and then they pay off the rest of the device for you.
But Anthony, is Mike right that if you go to the next device, the contract starts all over again?
Yes, the contract will start all over again.
That's crazy. That's
so. But you also have the option to pay it off. They give you a certain price depending on how much the device costs in the first place. After you pay off the number of payments, they give you the option to pay an extra fee to keep the device.
Okay. Right. I could buy the device and it's not at full price.
You can buy it so you own it.
Right. But it's like I said, it's not at full price.
Right.
No, it's not like full price. But
it's going to be like a car. When you return your lease on the car, the car is $15,000 and it valued at like $7,000. You pay the $7,000 for the car to keep the own the car.
Right.
Yeah. So it's basically the same, but most people, like I was saying, I know Forbes Tech also has. Hold on. Did I mute it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so like Forbes Tech, I believe he leases, but like I said, with the new program, after you pay 50%, you can jump. So most people jump after paying the 50% because if you think about it, say if a phone is 600 and you pay $300 after after about 7 months, you pay $300 and you jump to the newer model, they're going to pay that off. And now you have the newer model. So you can go 24 months. You can go 24 months paying $700 for 2 devices.
Will,
you get what I'm saying?
Will highlight phone tech at work.
Mike, that's for real. I'm not even playing. That's what I thought you had, Mike. I thought you had it like you could jump whenever you wanted.
I can jump whenever I want.
So you have the grandfather jump.
Right. I did that. Yes.
I'm not jumping, by not jumping every 2 months or whenever, you're losing because
Alan's
you
paying
said,
every
you're paying
once a month. Yeah.
you're paying, let's say, the 5 something, and it's kind of different to me, Mike, than a car lease, because if a car is 30,000 and they tell you after your 3 years, we think this car is going to be worth 15, they're giving you the amount right there up front.
Right.
Exactly.
That's going to be left over. So at the end of it, you can go say, is this car really worth the 15,000? Or if it's under or over, then you make your decision, right?
Right.
You don't got that option. Because at the end of your payments, no matter what, they gave you an amount, then you have to, you know what I mean? Either you keep it or you walk away with nothing
back. Right.
Well, I can hand the phone back, or I can whatever a dollar amount that they say the phone's worth. I can buy it outright.
Mike, how long have you had the phone?
Over a year now. Over a year.
Honestly, I would just say hand it back to them and go from there.
Well, hand it back to them, but I gotta pay the. I would have to pay the balance too.
How is there even? See, that's what I don't like about it. You had the phone for more than a year.
That's how I understand.
You paid half of the phone off already, and when you give it back, you still have to pay extra.
I have to pay because I got to fulfill my obligation.
The phone should already pay for itself.
You didn't know how much up front, at least with a car lease, you knew up front.
With AT&T, they'll be like, all right, you're in this AT&T program. If you pick the 12-month thing, after 12 months, that's 50%. You give the phone back. You don't pay nothing else. And you only paid for half of the phone.
That's how I understand it. I'll check it out, make sure. That's how I understand it. That's why I asked about, because about 2 months ago, I was really close to finding out what I owe and what I need to do. And I was about to turn it in then and be done with it. I'm really close now, so I'm sort of tempted just to do what NITEC said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just before you guys, before I go, whatever. So let me just explain real quick the iPhone thing.
Go ahead.
The iPhone 11 is their main model. Meaning, if you remember last year, they announced the the iPhone SX, the 10s, and the 10s Max. And then their extra thing was, now we're also going to give you the 10R. The 10R was their budget device last year. So they sold more 10Rs than 10Ss and 10S Maxes combined. So this year, what they did was their main device, they made the iPhone 11. So that's why when they announced it, they announced the iPhone 11. So that's their main device. It's not their budget device. It's just a lower device because you're not getting everything you're getting in the Pro device. That's why then they announced the Pro device.
Okay, but it's still a budget device. They're just saying it differently.
Well, no, not really, because if you think about it, you're getting a better. They're calling it Pro because you get the extra camera. You also get features. You get camera features that you're not going to get with the 11. You get that new screen. You're getting more RAM. You're getting more memory. So
it's really a Pro.
It's the Pro. They're expecting. There's no doubt about it. They're going to sell more 11s than the other two models.
Exactly, just like they did with 10Rs.
And that's another reason why they lowered the price, because they're like, they know they're gonna sell.
Well, yeah, like the 10R, they knew they were on to something, and so they're going to stick with it. I would too if I were them.
I see what he's saying though. He's saying that that's their main phone that they want to sell. It's kind of like the iPhone 10 or whatever. That's the one that's going to be.
Because the 10R became their main phone to sell. That's why.
Is the 11 going to have the AMOLED screen?
No.
No.
Same, just like the XR.
10R is going to have a much lesser screen, and just like
this, their budget device right now is the XR, because you can still purchase the XR.
Because the XR made up the 10R, that screen was still beautiful, and I'll bet you
the XR is $600 right now.
Yeah. You can get the 8 if you still have the home button. Like
I know.
They really
$600 right now, and I can get an 11 for $699. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm buying the 11 if I were going to buy one.
Well, that's what they want you to do.
Well, yeah.
want you to buy the 11, but they positioned it like they're pushing everybody to the 11. And if you want the home button, they'll probably leave the 8 around another year.
Oh yeah,
probably will. Yeah, that's probably
Some
true.
people can't let go of that home button.
Yeah.
So
let me see, Mike. Phone Tech at Work said, all right. The newer Demand is trash. Pay 50% and you can upgrade. He said the older one you can jump whenever you want.
that's what I have.
Forbes has the older one where you can jump whenever you want after a month. So you could have paid for a month and jumped.
Yeah, I could have.
He said you don't have to pay extra.
No.
Yeah, see? He said you don't have to pay the extra because you're on the jump program. That's what I thought. I thought you could get on that program and in 2 months you could be like, oh, I want to try the iPhone 10 or whatever was coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I could
that
have.
you buy a new phone all the time. And if your intention was just to keep flipping phones, I could see the point in people doing it, but not to keep it for that long. And then at the end, you're paying extra.
Well, I didn't want to be stuck with it. Then I would have to eventually fulfill my term. I asked them and I made it clear that I had to fulfill the 18 months.
It wouldn't be jumping if you have to do the rest. I don't know.
So did you say that Team 100 is on?
They're on Forbes channel. All right, everybody. I'm sure everybody probably left. Thanks everybody for coming through.
Hey, we still have 11 people still watching.
You got to get Night Tech on.
I was gonna just was gonna say, Night Tech, if you're free next Friday, it's my turn. You interested?
I'm in.
You're in.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, folks.
Who got it? Whose channel are we on next week?
Harry Brown, go to Verizon, get robbed.
Mike, is it you next week?
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right, next week we'll be on Mike's channel. Sure there'll be some more Google leaks. We'll have Night Tech on with us, and George, and everybody will be back. Everybody have a good weekend. I got to go to work. Mike, what you doing this weekend?
What am I doing? Don't know. Got to ask the wife. I got to see what she got planned. So, don't know yet.
Yeah, I hear you. What about you, George?
I'll be going out with my Axon 10 Pro.
Okay, George is going to be putting out some more videos. George, you got any articles up?
Probably Sunday.
Okay. All right. MobileGeezer.
What about
WordPress.com, right, George?
Hey, he's got it. All right.
Article out every week. I know. Night Tech, what you got going on?
All right, man. I'm staying in the house, man. I'm just staying in the house.
Back to YouTube. He came back and he put out a video.
Yeah, I'll probably drop some videos, man.
And you got the iPhone 11, right?
Who, me? Nah, man. Nah, I ain't going with the iPhone 11. I'm thinking about, I might trade in my Pixel, man.
You got the 3, right?
I got the 3X, the 3XL.
You gonna trade it in for the iPhone?
No, man. Samsung said they give me 600.
Yeah, I know. Microsoft's giving 650.
Yeah, they said give me 600. Then I just gotta pay, and I got a little referral code, so I can get the Note 10 Plus for $485.
Okay, that's a good deal.
Now, if you get one of the student discounts in there, boy, you be in there.
And Will, to your earlier question, Pocket now just put out a video. The OnePlus 7T is looking okay. So, Mike, you were wondering? Well, it looks like it's a done deal.
It's coming then. And Forbes said he leases phones all the time. All right, y'all. I guess we should get out of here. So you can get on. And next week we'll have Night Tech on.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend.
All right.
See you around.
Later. All right, we made it. We had